This is Sway.
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 In the morning.
In the morning.
In the morning.
Shake hip hop.
Wake your fuck ass up.
Hi, I'm DJ Ralph McDaniels, and welcome to New York's #1 video show, Video Music Box, the box that rocks.
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, right there, that moment changed the trajectory of hip-hop history. 1983 is when this show first launched, Video Music Box. And the rest, let me tell you something. What I've done on MTV for so many years would not have been possible if it wasn't for this man.
Right. Wow.
What I'm doing on VH1 now would not have been possible if it wasn't for this man.
Right.
What Ed and Dre did with Yo MTV Raps would not have been possible if it wasn't for this man. Rap City would not have been possible if it wasn't for this man. The Basement would not have been possible if it wasn't for this man.
Wow.
MTV Jams, BET Jams would not be possible if it wasn't for this man. He was the first to give light to this culture in the form of videos on his platform and recognize artists who would otherwise not have been recognized if it wasn't for this man. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the one, the only, the vanguard, the benevolent, the magnificent, the gatekeeper.
Come on.
Ralph McDaniels, ladies and gentlemen. Hey. He's the one. Neo is in the building. He's here.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Sway in the morning.
Absolutely, Ralph. Come on, man. We have to tell the story correctly.
Well, yeah, there's a history.
There's a history to it. Were you working with the Queens Library for a minute?
I still am.
You still working with the Queens? He's working with Queens. There's a library in Queens.
There's 65 libraries.
65 libraries.
I program too.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, we program hip hop history.
Okay.
And it's the first of its kind. And we go into all of the libraries in Queens. That's from Long Island City to South Jamaica to Hollis. You know, I brought DMC out there, and he brought his comic books out there and showed the kids how you can make comic books and get your stuff published.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
What's going on.
And it's important to chronicle and document our history. Why do you think it's important?
I mean, look, things change, so dramatically, and things are lost somehow in the translation. So I think it's important, especially for me as a hip hop guy, to get involved in these things. Like I used to go like, why would I want to work at the library? I have no interest in that. But then one day I was thinking about it, I said, because you know what? Somebody's going to be in there that has no idea, has nothing to do with hip hop, that's never been in a club like Heather B, and never been in none of these places, and is going to be talking about hip hop and teaching it, and it's going to be wrong. So I said, okay, look, that's our fault that we let that happen. So let me get in there and do what I do, because look, nobody's going to do that. So maybe there'll be somebody else that'll come behind me. They ain't making records no more. They need to make some money. Yeah. A pioneer. Yo, dog, you want this job? Come in here and take it after me. So I said, look, I'll take it. And it's been great.
Ralph McDaniels, ladies and gentlemen. You can reach him at Video Music Box.
Yes, sir.
Video Music Box. Who came up with the idea, and then what was the first video you ever played?
Oh, wow. Well, I'll put it like this. Back then, there were probably like 10 hip-hop videos.
Okay, all right.
And we played them over and over again, but we played a lot of different stuff because, hip-hop is a combination of everything. It's a combination of rock, it's a combination of soul, combination of country, it's a combination of, so whatever was cool at the time, like I was playing like Tears for Fear, Shout, right?
Shout.
Stuff like that. We were playing, of course, the Princes and the Michael Jacksons and Lionel Richies, and anything that was cool, we included in the show. And as hip hop grew, eventually grew to the playlist being more hip hop than anything else. Yeah. But I came up with the idea. I was sitting there, I was an engineer working at a TV station, and said, look, man, we need to have some black programming on this station. And so they looked at me like, what's wrong with this dude, And they said, yeah, all right, what you got in mind? I said, well, we want to put together some videos, and there was only a couple of them. And they were like, all right, we'll take a look at it. and they tried it out, and it got great response.
And it got great response.
Yeah.
The rest is history.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
The rest is history. Ralph McDaniels, we're here to talk about a big event you're doing, the Hip Hop Film Festival 2016, right?
Yes, sir.
And he has his own film festival, Heather B.
So dope.
I want to come back and talk about that and open up these phone lines and ask you a few more questions. 888-742-3345.
We're the filmmakers. We're the filmmakers.
You a filmmaker, young, up-and-coming filmmaker. You want to know about this game? Call up Ralph McDaniels. You had to play Houdini, first hip-hop group to ever go platinum. First hip-hop group to ever go platinum.
Wow.
Sometimes the history books will tell you it was someone else. But this is the first hip-hop group to ever go platinum.
They wore hard bottoms, too.
Absolutely. And button-down shirts.
And those shorts.
And them little shorts.
Yes. And that hat with the string around.
Yeah, man. It was different. Ralph McDaniels is here, the creator of Video Music Box, first video show of its kind to really impact the world. A lot of people give credit to MTV, Yo MTV Raps, for introducing the world to hip-hop culture. But I think that because of this broad reach,
Absolutely.
at the time, it was MTV.
Yeah.
But I give a lot of credit to Ralph McDaniels because even on the West Coast, I grew up in Cali, we all knew, damn, man, you got to get on Video Music Box in order to pop.
Yeah.
How do you do that? How do you get to this guy? How hard was it, though, getting it off the ground back then? Well, being that it was hip-hop music eventually, primarily on the show. Was it difficult?
Yeah, it was difficult because, the station we were on is a city TV station. They weren't trying to hear, they weren't trying to see our image, hip-hop, on screen, like that long. It's like, if you saw it for a couple little documentary or something on somebody, oh, this is what's going on in Brownsville, feel sorry for these kids, or this is what's going on in South Bronx, feel sorry for this kid. But we was like an hour long.
Yeah.
And we was having fun. It wasn't like, poverty. It was like, they look like they're having fun. And so,
That's not allowed.
That's not allowed. And so for us to be on that long, after a while, but what was happening too at the same time, it was that, bougie or cultural white folks were getting into it at the same time. So it became cool.
It became cool.
Yeah, so the folks like, downtown in New York City, in the Village, the artsy people were getting into it. And they were like, oh, okay, so this is kind of a cool thing to do. And we're a part of it. So the station felt like they were, in the right wave, And so that's how it, it kind of got through. And, from there, we just, continued to keep on doing it. And we put our messages in there. The whole thing for me was to make sure that we, we had fun, but at the same time, we put messages out there, and it might be, something to do with, teenage pregnancy, women, or kids, crime or whatever it was. I had this one PSA that I kind of still holds up to this day, is the one with the anti-graffiti ones. And people be like, Ralph, you was against graffiti? I said, nah, but that kept us on the air for a little bit, so I did sell out.
You have to make some decisions here. I sold out a little bit, but not all the way. My heart wasn't in it, but my wallet was.
That's real.
I wanted to know, Ralph, how did you know, like, you guys were doing well? We were all in here talking about how we remember running home, 12 o'clock, it had to come on as soon as you heard that Houdini joint, it's about to start, and we all talked about it the next day. Did you see Slick Rick new video? Did you see this? Did you see that? But that was for us. How did you know? When did you know, like, yo, it's a hit, we made it?
When I was on the train coming home, and people would say, yo, that joint you played yesterday, that's the only way I knew, because
okay,
we had Nielsen ratings, but nobody knew how to read the Nielsen book at the time.
Wow.
And so, I would know by me going to the store, because, Heather, you make records. Before you made a record, you could walk around and do whatever you wanted to do.
Yeah.
Once you started making records, everybody was like, oh, there she go. Oh. So now people are starting to see me, and they know who I am, and they're going, oh, yo, son, can you play this? Can you play that? Or that was whack, or this was good, So I was getting feedback from the street just walking, and I would go like, all right. And that's how I judged what I was going to play the next day.
Wow.
That's great.
Because that's what I was curious about, your criteria, if there was anyone, because, when you see with like MTV and BET, there's some videos that get banned, even from the biggest artists. Was there anyone well known that you just couldn't play their video for some reason?
The only thing that could stop it was, like over violence. It was basically up to me because, like I said, these folks didn't know anything about what I was doing. And they were like, okay, just let him go over there and play whatever he played. We got away with so much stuff on that show with me and Crazy Sam acting a fool. Crazy Sam was a character on the show.
Yeah.
And that people, they just weren't looking because it was like, well, it's some black stuff. We don't know what it is. And they just let him do what they do. And then, later on, they were like, well, let's pay attention to what this guy is doing. Because now the Nielsen ratings are showing us to be, we were at one point like number 2 in our time slot next to Oprah.
Wow. That's major. Next to Oprah. And Oprah back then?
Right.
Woo!
Yeah. I was like, we have to get our numbers up. Now, once I figured out how to, what the Nielsen book was about, and I was like, okay, but we were all doing it. It wasn't no consultant, no nothing. It was Ralph going, all right, we got to get something hot. Diddy got a new video. We got to get that new Craig Mack, or we got to get that new whatever.
Right.
We got to start the hour off with that right there. It was all that. It wasn't no book. It wasn't no, all you program directors out there. It all came from my mind, and that's how you got to program now to program your radio station.
Program from your mind, program from your heart. Let's talk about this hip-hop film festival that you're doing. It's August 3rd through the 6th at the National Black Theater here in New York City. If people want to find out more about it and come attend it, how can they get, passes? Where do they go?
They should go to hiphopfilmfestivalnyc.com right now, hiphopfilmfestivalnyc.com. Also on Friday night, I'm going to premiere a short, it's not a short, it's an hour-long film called Rules and Regulations that's produced by myself and my man Jerry Terrain, G-Ton the Barber. And it will be, it's going to be a good look. Street hood films are good. K. Slay is going to be on a panel with me.
Okay.
He's got his Straight Stuntin' Chronicles. The guys from Money and Violence are going to be there. That webisode lane is getting big right now.
Yeah.
People are doing it all over in their community. It's a way for us to change the narrative of what is happening in our community and get certain messages across that you might not see on commercial TV or on, in the movies. So, hey, let's do it.
How many films are going to be featured in the film festival?
42 films, many international films from Germany, from Africa, and Japan, and guys from all over the country. They're landing now, touching down now, because New York City is a place for people to come out and hang out. They just want to come here. Period. Forget about that. I'm having a film festival, so they're here for the week, and a lot of filmmakers are going to be there, as well as we're going to have panels. I got my man Jay from Fubu TV. A bunch of people coming.
What kind of panels are you doing? And the panels be really interesting because you could get some real insight on how to break in this business, right?
Well, one thing that my partner Sia with the film festival, Charlotte Capers, wanted to do was like, Ralph, I go to these film festivals and it's a bunch of celebrities talking. They're not talking about anything but themselves. We wanted to have a film festival.
That's true. That's so true, man.
We wanted to have a panel that, look, if you only have $1,000, you can make a film. And this is how you can do it. This is how you can cast it. This is how you can budget. This is how you can get insurance. This is how you can get your passes to do certain things. We wanted to have a panel about acting. Like, everybody's not an actor.
Yeah.
Just because you look good and you got a picture and you got a bunch of likes on Instagram, that doesn't necessarily make you who you are. So learn, do the work. Everything is work.
Everything is work.
At the end of the day, people see what you do, Sway, and they go, oh yeah, I can do that. Like, yo, dog, you wasn't here when they were sitting in meetings for hours before that happened. People don't realize that.
Yeah, you got this problem.
Shit, it just gave me a flash.
Yeah. You got this problem, Ralph. We do it so well. We've done it so long that we make it look easy.
Right.
And then people think it could jump in and just do what it is you could do. Joke's on you. We got a couple of calls. We're going to come back with Ralph McDaniels here, the legend. The first. That was the alpha. He's the alpha of all of this. Say he not. Sway in the morning, Shade 4-5. Sway in the morning, Shade 4-5. That's the Cream video. Many don't know. Directed by the one and only Ralph McDaniels.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
The author of what is a VJ? He was our first VJ. He's our first hip hop VJ. It wasn't Carson Daly.
Damn, Carson.
The show's video music box that debuted in 1983. We'll take your calls, 888-742-3345. Wait a minute. Who's this on the line right now? What up, man? Who's this?
Who?
Hey, this is DJ Premier.
Oh!
Wow, my brother.
Primo, what up, man?
What's going on, everybody? What's up, Sway? What's up, Heather?
Hey,
Hey,
Preem.
Preem. Love you.
Ralph, you know you're one of my heroes, and I'll tell you what. For all the listeners that don't know, when I moved to New York, I moved to East New York in Brooklyn, and I wasn't hip to Video Music Box until I moved to the block, and all the kids that used to hang out with us and play football in the street, because I was always in the playing football with the young kids, and just keeping them active, keeping them out of trouble. When Guru was a counselor for young kids, they would always take off running from school, talking about, we'll be back later on. I was like, what are y'all going to eat? And they were like, no, Video Music Box is on. And I'm like, what? What is that? And they were like, Video Music Box. And they were like, come over. And I shot my man Oliver. He's one of the kids I used to throw the football with. And I went over to his house. He was one of my neighbors. And as soon as he turned it on, the 5 Minutes of Funk Houdini record came on. And all of a sudden, I got hip to just even not only just the videos, but all the music. All the coverage of just New York happenings was going on. Ralph would cover it. Mm-hmm. And then once it got to a level where I got to meet him and Lionel and the whole Classic Concepts, they ended up doing 2 of our classic Gangstar videos, Take It Personal and Code of the Streets. And, so that we had more involvement with them then. And the first time I ever saw our video played, Ralph had us come down and introduce the video on his show, and I recorded it on my Betamax. I didn't have to.
Wow. Now, what is that? All right.
I still have it.
You still got it?
Thank you, Ralph, for everything, man.
Damn,
Thank you, brother.
Primo, thanks for calling in, man. That's DJ Premier, the legend. Wow. You could catch him here on Sirius XM.
Yeah, Friday nights, 10 p.m. Eastern on Hip Hop Nation.
Thank you, Primo.
That's right, Ralph McCorder Show. Yo, thanks for taking the call. I'm listening.
My man, he always supports, man. That's why I love Primo.
That was big. That was big.
Hey, man, Cream was a big video for Wu-Tang Clan, and you directed that video, and Wu-Tang at that time, man, was just like, I can't. There's nothing to compare it to, really, man. What was it like in that time directing rap videos and budgets even?
I don't even remember what the budget was. I'm sure it wasn't that much because, at the time Wu-Tang wasn't there yet. Protect Your Neck was out. I think RZA did that on his own with one of his cats. And I had worked with Prince Raheem, prior to that.
Prince Raheem.
and The Genius. We did their videos. And then RZA came and said, "Look, I got this thing I want you to do." And I was like, "All right." And he said, "I got this song. It's called Cream." And I was like, "This is crazy."
Yeah.
And he said, "I just want to do it, in the streets." And it was minus 20 degrees when we shot that in Staten Island.
Wow.
It was minus 20 degrees.
But Ralph, you got it. Prince Raheem. People don't know that.
That's the RZA.
RZA, original first name when he came into the rap game was Prince Raheem.
Right.
We love you, Raheem.
Right.
That's all I'm singing over here.
All right, hold up.
You know what I'm realizing? You probably saw the rise of video vixens, like the Genesis. Who the hell is the first video vixen?
Oh wow, there was a few. They probably started out as dancers first, and then became something else. So I don't know.
Ola Ray was the first video vixen.
Ola Ray,
Oh, Ray,
when she did the
yeah,
Michael
yeah.
Jackson Thriller.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Ola Ray when she did Michael Jackson
Thriller.
So when did you see the shift? Because Ola, she wasn't out here with her titties out.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
that
I mean,
ass
I
out.
would say probably 97, 98. It started really getting kind of busy then. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's take a couple phone calls. Ralph McDaniels is here. You can reach him directly at Video Music Box. And then also we're talking about the Hip Hop Film Festival NYC 2016, which is taking place August 3rd through August 6th. You can still get tickets. It's at the National Black Theater here in New York City. We got one of our role warriors, Greg, is on the line. What up, Greg?
Greg, what's
Hello,
poppin'?
Greg.
What's going on, Sway, Heather,
Hey.
Stacey G, DJ Ralph McDaniels? I'm out here in the mountains of West Virginia, but I'm from the Bronx. Unfortunately, I experienced Video Music Box from behind the walls on Rikers Island. You were real popular on Rikers Island when I was out there in '84.
So they loved you in the prisons.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, man, because you kept people in the know.
Yeah.
Like that, right, Greg?
Oh yes, it was Soul Train on Saturdays and Video Music Box Monday through Friday.
There it is. Greg, thank you, man. You're a citizen.
That's way in the morning.
We got Matt from Kentucky. What would you like to say?
Hey, what up? So I lived in Brooklyn for the last 4 years from Kentucky, but I just moved back here to Kentucky. And I actually recently did the Day of the Blizzard in January up in New York. I become friends with Bam Vito, who did the Money and Violence soundtrack, the song, and I actually shot my first video. Usually just doing pictures and stuff, but I shot my first video for Bam back on the Day of the Blizzard in January.
Okay.
And it's a lot more difficult than it seems, you know.
Yeah.
And I just wondered like what kind of future that he thinks is in music videos, just because MTV barely plays videos anymore, and you really have to seek it out kind of on YouTube if you want to see a video.
I think videos are real important, you know, and making videos is, you know, that's how you get the swag across of the artist. You get the visuals to the song so people can see it. Sometimes, you know, you might not like the song, but then you see the video and it gives you the right visuals and you go, oh, wow, okay, I'm feeling what they were saying right now. So I think it's a good thing.
You know, Ralph, before you go, man, you've seen the greatest of the great and the worst of the worst throughout the years of video directors, video makers, and videos. So we wanted to tap in and get your perspective on
the Battle of the Best Director's Edition.
Okay, you're rich, you're famous, and you're probably pretty good at what you do.
I'm gonna show you how great I am.
But we want to know who you would pick between the greatest matchups of all time. It's the Battle of the Best.
Yeah, Ralph McDaniels is here.
In the morning.
And he's the best at it.
Heather has a bag.
Okay, yeah. So you got to pick out. You got to pick out two names and tell us who you think has been the most impactful with their work as video directors.
Best.
Oh, the best. Who's the best?
Read them out loud.
Okay, we have Diane Martell.
Okay,
very good. Dave Myers. Yeah, two
Ooh,
good.
damn.
Yeah.
Who would you?
Out of them two?
Yeah.
Dave Myers.
Why?
I think that the level of well, he just had probably bigger budgets than Diane. Diane's pretty dope, though.
Yeah, she's dope, right?
She's dope.
You can't front on her. No, they're all the best.
Yeah.
It's just like the battle of the best.
Yeah,
all right?
yeah. Okay. All right. So money can change things. You know, it can give you a different look. So
Yeah.
Diane, you just had, you know, small. Little X.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. And Jesse Terrero. Ooh, that's a tough one. Yeah.
Good luck, Ralph.
Jesse. I'm going with Jesse on this one here.
Really?
Why is that?
I just like the Latino videos that he did.
Didn't Jesse? Ex-groom Jesse.
Don't matter who somebody's father is.
Oh, okay.
You're best.
Benny
you're
Boom.
Mm-hmm.
Used to be a rapper.
Oh.
And F.
Down
Gary
the line.
Gray. Wow.
best. Wow.
Damn. Good luck.
Yeah, that's a tough one. I'm gonna go with F. Gary Gray on that one. Benny, I love you. You know.
Any reason why? One more. Let's get one more.
Just he's taking it to a whole nother place.
Okay.
Yeah, man.
Okay. Here's the last one, Ralph. I'm trying to get you to get Hype Williams.
I know you're
Sunday.
trying to get me. Okay, Billy Woodruff
Yeah.
against Hype Williams. I know them both.
Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna go with my intern who I used to pick up on 193rd Street, Hype Williams on that
He's
one.
an intern for Video
Yes.
Music Box? Hype
No, he was
Williams?
my intern when I started doing videos.
Really?
Yeah.
So you taught Hype Williams?
Absolutely.
Wow!
Hype, if you're out there, absolutely.
Absolutely.
That's dope.
Ralph McDaniels is responsible for Hype Williams. All right, there it is. Ralph, man, thank you for blessing us with your presence, man.
Thank you so much. Hey, you know, we're here, Hip Hop Film Festival, NYC.com, Rules and Regulations, the movie. Make sure you follow us there, too. Sway in the Morning, I want to see you out there, too, doing some more films. And
Yeah, man, we got to film the cycle I want to put in your film festival.
Let's do it.
Okay? You know, you used to play Sway and Tech videos, too, man.
Come on, man.
Thank you, bro. I appreciate it.
Big up to Boot, too, from the Coup.
Yep, Boots from the Coup. Boots Riley, man. Hey, Ralph, Boots and I went to elementary, junior high, high school together. Ain't that crazy? Hey, Ralph, thank you for coming by, man.
doubt.
Reach out for him directly at Video Music Box. Up next, we got the one and only Eric Andres on the line with us. Sway in the Morning.
It's Sway in the Morning, only on Shade 45.